returned home to Khadija and asked her to cover him with a blanket. In a hadith narrated by Isha, the Prophet returned there with his heart was trembling, and he went to Khadija and said, "Oh Khadija, what has happened to me?" And he informed her of what, saying, "I fear myself," she replied. "It cannot be happy. I swear by Allah that he will never humiliate you. By Allah, you join the ties of the relationship, you speak the truth, you bear people's burdens, you help to distribute, you entertain guests, and you help the vicissitudes which affect people." This Khadija is bringing him up in this moment when he's feeling down, which is a good example of how she helped him and nurtured him in his journey. Prophethood and resistance. In difficult years that followed, the Prophet, peace be upon him, spread the message of Islam in the Arabian Peninsula, where he was met with extreme backlash and companion and a constant source of support and a constant for the Prophet mission of spreading his message to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In 617, the Meccans enforced an economic boycott on Muslims. Hence, Muslims had to suffer in exile for 3 years, isolated from family and the outside world, and deprived from food and water. Khadija used to use whatever resources and wealth she had to help her fellow Muslims in that hard time. It was, unfortunately, the boycott that had left Khadija physically weak and sick. In 3 years of that hardship has taken a toll on her. In 619, Khadija passed away. It is known as the year of grief, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, lost a piece of himself when he lost his beloved wife and uncle, Abdul Talib, who also passed away in the same year. This shows that Khadija was very giving in her presence, even though she was going through a hard time also, she never stopped giving to help other people in need. According to a few narrations, in the final moment of life, she was visited by Angel Jibril, who gave her glad tidings of her place in paradise. One of the following, according to Abu Haruha, Jibril came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and said, "O Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, this is Khadija, coming to you with a dish of food, and when she reaches you, greet her on behalf of her Lord, and on my behalf, and give her the glad tidings of having a Hisab palace in paradise, where there will neither be any noise or trouble." This shows that her hard work is paid off, so when she passed away, she will live happily in heaven. The final statement that I want to make about Khadija is that she was the first person to believe in the Prophet and the first person to marry him. Her strength and resilience as she honored the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, with her loyalty, comfort, and generosity. In essence, Khadija really was a true mother of believers. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, believed her to be one of the greatest women to have walked on this earth. Her life and character inspires us to do this very day. Her example left for not only Muslims, but mankind is general and unmatched and timeless. And that is the conclusion that I made on Khadija. Thank you for listening.